Okay, so, where did they go? So basically what I meant by when I said that I cut the balls off of the packer is, okay, so I have two packers. The first one I'm going to show you, I actually got for free in the mail, and it's made for, like, I guess, a lot bigger dude than I am. And this thing is, so this, as you can see, it's literally just like the tip and this. I don't actually, like, the balls would originally, like, be, like, way up here, but, like, this one is just something I'll never use because of how massive it is. It looks like I have a hard-on 24/7, so I'll compare that to what I do use. I had this one. This was the original Mr. Limpy. I think it was the Mr. Limpy packer, just the basic one. It was originally like that long, and it had the balls and stuff on it too. But when you have it on, when I'm packing with it, it pushes the actual dick itself out, so it just basically looks like you have a hard on 24/7, so it just doesn't work out very well. But what I do, so when I don't have packing boxers, you're gonna have like a basic pair, but you're gonna want to make sure that they have like the hole to get into, and like on the inside as well, it'll have another opening. So what I do is, I'll show you with this big guy so then it's actually noticeable. So you open up the little pocket here, and you slip it in, and then it's just gonna like sit in there. It's not gonna do much. But what I have is, I went online. It's a website called Get Your Joey, and what a Joey is, it's basically, I made a ghetto one out of a sock. So what you would do is, for your instance, because you have the balls and stuff, you could either, so pretend this has balls in it, you're going to put it in. I put a hole in here. This is just an old sock. And so pretend there's balls in here, right? So it's just going to sit out here. And then the balls will sit inside here all cupped. And then you'll grab this tip part here. And you can grab a safety pin and you clip it to this, and then you would go into, so again, the front part of the boxers, you go to the inside, you see you'd have it strapped right there, and it would, you'd poke it through. Obviously, you make it so the clip is on the inside of your boxers, so then you're not going to see anything. All you would see is literally this line here. But yeah, I'll turn them inside out and I'll show you. Got packers flying everywhere. And it would just sit right on there. Some guys obviously are going to want to, they don't like putting it on the actual elastic band. They put it a bit lower down, so then the packer isn't propped up really high, which I personally do as well. I'll show you how this works. Okay, so I placed the packer inside the pouch of the boxers. And because you don't want it to like move around and be sitting sideways and stuff in there, I'm going to place it where I like it. So about the middle, kind of like hang to the side a bit. Because you want it to look as normal as you want, as it can, right? And sorry, it's just, I've never actually done this with a really loose, these are new boxers, so I'm using very silky material so it slips around a lot. And just going to make sure you're not clipping your boxers together. So what I do is, I don't just clip it right where the seam ends. I go a bit in, so then it forces it to stay in one spot. I'm doing this wrong. I always do it inside out, so then the pins aren't all up in my shit. Okay, so we got them inside out now. Then I will clip them together. So just gonna put it together here. But these clips are specifically made for packing because there's like a little, when I go to close it, oh, it's really hard to show you. Either way, there's like a lock inside of it, so when I'm moving around and stuff, it's not just like, you hear that? Oh, sorry. It just makes it more difficult for it to come undone and poke you. Because I don't think that would be very comfortable. I just don't want this to be too high up, but I don't want it to be too far down to the point where it's not going to pack. See, my problem is I'm not a really big guy, so I can't pack with really big packers. I usually have to get like the extra small ones, which is okay, they're cheaper. So, but for a pack and play, I'll show you what you do with that. I don't actually have one. I will one day. And then what I do, okay, so here you'll see this is my boxers inside out, packers inside here. And I'm going to put a little clip. Actually, I think I'm going to try something new. Because I have all 4 of them. So I don't want it moving around, right? It's not a big guy either, so it's not too difficult. You just want to make sure that the openings stay closed, or else your dick's gonna fall out of your pants. I mean, the only downside to packing like this is having to clip it in, unlike a pair of packing boxers. Like, I have a pair here somewhere. Just kidding. Yeah, like these boxers these are rhodeos. They have an actual pocket right here that I can put the prosthetic in, and it'll just sit in there. But these ones are a little, they always ride up and stuff, so they don't work well. I bought these rhodeos. What you can do is you can take scissors and cut the elastic band off of a tight-fitting pair of boxers. Preferably sometimes one size a little bit smaller, because you're going to want it to stay around your waist. And what you do is you then get, it's basically just you can make your own harness out of boxer straps. I don't know, I'll make one, and then I can send you a whole nother video on that. But what I'm going to show you with your pack and play is this. So this is a pack and play that my buddy got. What he has is just a normal pair of tighty-whities, just underwear. Again, they have an open crease, as you can see up in here. That's where the actual, this part is hanging out, and then the balls itself, he cut a little hole so they're not pushing it, because this is he can pee with this one, so he needs it to cup. But this is the ball sitting out of a hole there, which actually works perfectly. I think he sent me, and as you can see, the packer this is the inside, again, inside out. You can shake it around and everything. It's not gonna fall out. Put that back in. And yeah, there's the 2 clips on the top, but I mean, I could technically get rid of those, actually. yeah, I don't actually need them. I can use them. What I usually do is when I pack this way, because I don't want the clips rubbing all up on me and shit, I'll grab a sock. What I have here is a packing strap. It's actually made for pack and plays and stand to peas. It's not really made for packing, hence why I don't use it. Actually, that is the reasoning why the packer that I have in here right now is the way it is, because the balls were having in here, because of the type of silicone, it ended up ripping it and stuff. But I'll show you what this big one I have. So what I would do is say, it's really sticky. It hasn't been used, so it hasn't had the powder put on it. So the packer is going to sit in it like this, or your pack and play, your STP, whatever. And then, so it would be hanging here, and then the balls would cup, and they'd stick in here. So they'd just be chilling down here. It keeps it separated so it's not pushing the actual prosthetic up. And then these straps would go through each leg, and it would just hold it in place. If you want, I could probably sell you this one. I'm never going to use it again. You can test it out, see how it works for your prosthetic. Back to the packer. What I do is, because again I don't want it touching me and stuff, I'll grab a sock and cut it up. You don't need, just need it the size big enough so it can cover the safety pins without having them rubbing up against you or poking you. And it's mainly just for self-comfort, for when I'm sitting around. I don't have to worry about anything happening, even though these are specifically made for it. So you get just a little piece of a sock, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna place it over just like that, just so it's covered, so then you don't have to worry about it. Okay, now then you grab another pin, and then you're gonna pin it. And voila. And then I know it kind of defeats the purpose, because you're still going to have a pin over the sock, but I mean, one pin is better than 2 pins. Yeah, again, there you go. I feel like it's going to move around a lot. I will put them boxers on, and I will show you how it looks. And this is the packer. It's just sitting right there. It's perfect. It's not really noticeable or anything. Just a nice little bulge. It's not too noticeable. I mean, obviously a bulge is always going to be noticeable in a pair of sweats, but I really hope this video helps you out, man.